Hey everyone, so I got this Ford Explorer here with a cylinder number 8 misfire. It's random though, comes and goes. And so I went to go pull the coil out. A customer told me they put a coil in it. So I went to go pull the coil out and this is what I found. So you can see there's nothing in the hole there. And this is the coil. Notice something? Notice it's wet. When these things get water in them, this part up here acts like a seal. So when it goes down inside that hole there, this part acts like a seal and keeps the moisture inside. So the moisture will sit there and actually boil when the engine gets hot, but it won't go anywhere, it won't escape. So it'll just stay in there and it'll keep happening over and over and over again. Now if you look inside, you see how rusted up the end of the spring is? Yeah. So this is, even though this is a new coil, I'm replacing it. I want to show you this. Here's a spark plug. And you see that mark right there? See that? That's carbon tracking. So basically the spark started up here, carbon tracking, it escaped and actually went down and was arcing out or grounding out here. So what happens is you can't just replace the plug. At this point, if you have ignition wires, you got to change ignition wires, or you could change the boot. Nobody around me actually had boots today, so I'm just getting a coil and throwing a coil in it with one new spark plug. Because if this carbon tracking is on the plug itself, it's also in the boot. You may not be able to see it, but it's in there. Exactly where, can't really tell you. Can't really see it. But as you can see by the end of the plug here, how rusted up this end is. You can see how rusted up it is in there. So that's going to create an issue. That's going to create high resistance, and that'll actually help lead to the carbon tracking here, because electricity, just like water, goes with the path of least resistance. This is the path of least resistance, and you can't even scrape that off. My fingernail catches it, but see what happens? It's embedded in there. At this point, you cannot clean that. Even if you took a Scotch-Brite pad and Scotch-Brited that down, you never get it completely gone. So at that point, just change the plug, change either the ignition wires, the boot, or the coil assembly itself. It'll save you a lot of aggravation. So I'm just waiting for the coil to show up. It looks really dark to me. There we go. I'm waiting for the coil to show up and a plug. I'm going to throw that in once it gets here, and then we're going to see if the misfire is gone. What I did do is, in the meantime, I did pull all the coils out on this side to make sure there's no water in any other ones. I'm going to check the other side too, just to verify. So that's it for right now. Actually, I'm going to pause this, and then I'm going to come back to it once I get the plug and the coil in it. Then we're going to road test it together and see what happens. All right, so I got the plug and coil in, and I have it idling now, and it seems to be idling smooth. Now what I did, I don't know if I mentioned it beforehand, was I actually took a blowgun, and when I had each coil out, I blew air down there just to blow out any debris, any moisture that might be built up in there. So now, like I said, I got the new coil in and it sounds smooth. You see one new coil and one new plug in there, running smooth. So now, there you can see the misfire counters, 1 through 8, and there's no misfires. Before, number 8 was ramping up, not consistently, but not with every rotation of the crank, but it was it was erratic. It was there. So let's take this thing for a road test and see what happens. All right, so here I am on my little dead end road next to my job. Just gonna take it down the street. It's smooth. It feels good. I never drove it beforehand. Definitely no misfire. Well, actually, maybe. No. I don't feel a misfire. Feels good. Accelerates fine. I just noticed I have check engine light flashing, but I have no misfires. I wonder why the check engine. Oh, now the check engine light's on. All right, let's go. Let's see what we got here. Codes menu. Cylinder 8 misfire detector. But then again, I didn't clear the codes before. So that was my fault. I'm going to have to clear this and keep road testing this and see what happens. All right, let's do that. Okay. Okay. Back out of that. Let me start this up. No codes. View codes. See, that's I hate when this thing does that. Fords do this for some reason. Like, you may have to disconnect the battery in order to clear everything out. I think I'm going to run back to the shop and do that. All right, let me run back to the shop. Let me disconnect the battery for a couple minutes and see what happens. All right, so I did the battery disconnect, and now when I go back to the codes menu, check this out. Remember the bottom icon that was on there that said review codes? It's gone. It's not there anymore. So I'm assuming, I actually never paid attention to it, but I'm assuming when all the codes are erased, that whole entire thing goes away. So if this thing will set a code somewhere, that bar will actually come up to highlight and check. So now I'm going to take it on another road test and see what happens. All right, so here we go again, down my little dead-end road here. This thing's got, I don't know if I said it before, it's got 230,000 miles on it. Not bad for a 4.6. Going into fourth. Oh no, okay. That time it shifted fine. Okay, alright, this time it's fine. Maybe it was just the fact that I didn't clear out the codes. I don't know. Just kind of odd. These 4.6s are a little on the anemic side, but it shifted fine. Go back. It feels good. No lights are flashing, so that's good. Just pull over here and end this. Alright guys, hopefully that helps some of you out. If you get anything out of my videos, hit the like button. If you could, please subscribe. Tell your friends to subscribe, please. It would really help me out. That's about it for right now. You guys have a great day. Keep wrenching.